What's going on, paisanos? V here. Before I begin, guys, I want to say if you guys want to comment your questions down below in the comment section below, hashtag Q4V, I'll answer your comment question as I'm going to do at the end of this market watch. Also, guys, if you're already down below commenting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Let YouTube know you're here. Anyway, I keep going over Duel Power because it's such a huge reprint set. We're not going to see a reprint set on this caliber until after Nationals. And at that point, for some Yu-Gi-Oh players, it's just decent, but, you know, get ready for regional season next year, I guess. But for the most part, this is the biggest reprint set of the year, almost hands down, with great cards like Evenly Matched, all the Ghost Girls, that's been all over the place value-wise throughout the year, Card of the Minds, Infinite Impermanence. This set looks amazing. But I found a little bit of a weird correlation I wanted to share with you guys. Duel Power's official release was supposed to be on the 5th of April. That was the release, the 5th of April. It was scaled back to the 2nd. You can see it over here. If your store is a OTS store or a KONAMI store, you get it a day early. Every other store gets it a day afterwards on the 3rd. Let's be honest, sometimes Walmart breaks that street date. Anyway, the official tournament store launch date is the 2nd, which I found really weird at first. I said, why is KONAMI releasing a new product on a Tuesday? They never do that, by the way. It's always Thursday/Friday. Once again, Thursday OTS store, Friday for everybody else. That's what they do. Well, I started thinking about it a lot, and I just realized, oh, of course they're doing this. They're doing this on the 2nd because the ban list comes out no sooner than the 2nd. And that's a bit of a weird correlation, if I do say so myself. I mean, why would Konami move a street date of a product when it would come on Friday? There's no difference from Konami for the most part, right? Well, what if you were Konami and you made a product, Duel Power, come out on the 2nd? Wow, wouldn't that be, you would do that for a reason? I think so. Not only would you do that for a reason on the 2nd, but you also have a ban list comes out no sooner than a 2nd. Now, I'm not sure if anyone has figured this out yet, or maybe I'm just late. I might be late, late to dinner on this one. But I really feel like I'm not. I feel like nobody's talked about this for the most part. The official launch date being from the Friday, which happens with every set, everything new comes out on a Friday. Everything got moved up to the 2nd, and then we're seeing the ban list no sooner than April 2nd. That's really weird and cool at the same time. Did I just solve the ban list? Listen, I think by next week you might actually have, and this is me being hopeful, a ban list release with official ban list drop date being on the 2nd. The reason why Konami can do this for the 2nd is because if Duel Power has cards that may have, I don't know, come off the ban list, well, now we're getting something exciting here, my friends. Would you be surprised if we get a ban list next week? Let me know in the comment section below. And what would you want off the ban list over here that's currently banned that Duel Power might reprint magically? Once again, releasing the 2nd, ban list on the 2nd. So many good cards. Whew. Maybe Harpy's Feather Duster. Maybe, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe Harpy's Feather Duster, and then you reprint it in here, and you just go, buy it, lemmings. It's actually a really smart idea. Anyway, Infinity Chase is coming out this Friday, as every set comes out on Fridays, for the most part. Looking at Infinity Chase is already being listed on TCG Player, and Infinity Track is the valued card. So the two valued cards is Infinity Track. Now, I normally like to look at a set like Infinity Chasers and go, okay, let's talk about the set, let's open it up, let's figure out what's going to be good, what's not going to be bad. There have been sets in the past where we found great decks like Invoked hidden inside of them, and we're just like, okay, this is a good deck. Let's talk about this. What can this be good for? Well, Infinity Chasers don't look good to me. I mean, I could be wrong, but not a big fan of Infinite Track. I'm not a big fan of Evil Eyes. I'm not a big fan of that Witch's deck, that name I keep forgetting. Witchcrafter. I'm not a big fan of these. I would like these for my deck cost personally, and they're relatively inexpensive, but for the most part, I'm not crazy about it. What I am crazy about with the Infinity Chasers so far is the Mythical Beast Shackle King reprint. Now, I already have mine personally, but I think it's awesome that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players can have access to these cards. Also, this card coming out as a $5 pre-release price, guys. Wait, it's going to drop down in value. But looking at the rest of this, look at the top cards. Besides Mythical Beast Shackle King, Infinite Track, Infinite Track, Infinite Track, Infinite Track. It's just all over. The top 4 cards besides Shackle King's Infinite Track. And I like Infinite Track. They look cool, but they're not as good as our current meta. And I think with a ban list coming out, Konami, I see what you did there. I think Infinite Track actually might be meta. They're trying to set something up that currently doesn't exist. Now, once again, I could be wrong, and that's fine. We could be totally steering into a different ban list. That's totally cool. But it'd be really weird for Konami to release a set with almost nothing looking meta-worthy. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players aren't even talking about this set. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players aren't even caring about this set. Then again, it's hard to care about Infinite Chasers when Dual Power is like the next week. So I get it for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. But yeah, no, definitely keep an eye on this set. Evil eye on this set. Yeah, keep an eye on this set because I think it's going to be a really good set. I think it's a really hidden set that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are meant to forget about so we can move into Dual Power, and this set comes around, and then we just start buying up this set and then have fun finding, you know, allocations, my fellow OTS store owners. Up next, Spellbooks. And specifically, Spellbook of Fate Ultimate Rare. With Spellbook's getting a bunch of reprints, I can only imagine Konami doing this on purpose to promote spellcasters in the future. I mean, wouldn't that make any kind of sense if they go, hey, we got Dual Power, a lot of great Spellbook reprints. Oh, by the way, we're going to have a Banlist coming out and Spellbook of Judgment of 1, lulz, or whatever happens, happens. I mean, it could be anything with spellcaster-wise. Or Spellbooks for that matter. Spellbooks are a great deck still, and I mean, besides the fact they need a lot of stuff still, they are very, very good. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players remember back in the day playing old school Spellbooks, all these great cards down here below, against Dragon Rulers. The deck actually was the only deck in the meta that could hold its own against Dragon Rulers, which is arguably one of the most powerful decks in the game. This deck fought that. Look at Spellbook of Fate Ultimate Rare, lightly played on Unlimited, so about $10. First edition is going to run you a lot more money if we can find any. Okay, here we go, $40. First edition near mint, by the way. There's no lightly play first edition Spellbook of Fate. It's only near mint. Once again, Unlimited Spellbook of Fates. There's a couple of them over here for about $10. They quickly go high in value. Page bombs out around $15, higher than a $9 market price. Next, Spellbook of Power. Now, this is only Ultimate Rare. The card they come out common. Hopefully, Dual Power or any set reprint Spellbook of Power at like an ultra rare rarity, a decent looking rarity, not just common. An old common, by the way. Looking at Spellbook of Power from Astro Pack 2. $39 market price. Checking over here, you got one over here for $40, and after that, it's hitting 50s all day long. Page bombs out at $60 for Spellbook of Power. Once again, looking at viewing our versions, it only came out in Return to the Duelist as a common. If Konami wants to promote Spellbooks, a great indicator of promoting Spellbooks would be to put Spellbook of Power as a high rarity in Dual Power. Spellbook of Power, Dual Power. That'd be kind of cool. Next, Void Imagination and Void Vanishment. I covered these cards a couple of days ago, but I just want to go back to show you guys that they're going up in value. They have not cooled down. Normally, with a buyer of like an archetypal deck, like Infernoids, we would see a cooldown roughly around this time, but we're not seeing that. Looking at Void Imagination, came out in Clash of Rebellions as an only printing. Market price has this card roughly around $3. And yeah, no, it's not. Unlimited Lightly Played is about 7s. First editions, you're looking at 9s. I mean, yeah, it's kind of going up a little bit in value. Looking at Void Vanishment, the other spell card, market price has this card roughly around $5, and we're seeing First edition Lightly Played at $8. After that, it's about $9 all day long for Void Vanishment. I mean, we've seen a Infernoid's top 1 event, I believe in Brazil. I could be wrong, but I believe it was around Brazil. And the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market went crazy. Everyone went in and grabbed their Infernoids. People like me holding deck cords are sitting back and just comfortable. And this is why I really emphasize to you guys, grab deck cords. When nobody's looking at a deck cord, it's the best time to grab that deck cord because it's dirt cheap, nobody's looking at it. And then things like this happen. You're sitting there going, okay, now I have options. Option A, sell it, make a ton of money, buy another deck cord nobody's looking at. Hell, you might be able to buy 2. Option B, play it. Like those are always the cool things you get to do if you go in and buy these deck cords once again when nobody's looking at them, where everyone's focused on Infinite Chasers or Dual Power or Dark Neostorm coming up soon. Voiced. Up next, guys, Aromage, Jasmine. Another card that came out in Clash of Rebellions only currently. Market price has this card around $18.50. It's actually around $19 for Aromage Jasmine. The thing about this card, it's getting a reprint in Dual Power, so don't like buy this. Sell it if you have it though. I would highly recommend it. I think this is a card you're just still gonna want to have, but it's $19. It's getting a reprint at ultra rare. It's gonna tank in value, so get rid of it now. Up next, Adai's Vortex Dragon. Well, this card is in market price of $9, but it's way higher. It's about $19 for Adai's Vortex Dragon Ultimate Rare. There's other versions of Adai's Vortex Dragon, but this is the highest rarity version, and I think the reason why this is still so high in value, a couple of reasons. One, it only came out as an Ultimate Rare in docks, and there's no Ultimate Rare printing. Konami did not make an OTS version of this card. Yes, there's other versions. Yes, it got reprinted in other versions, but it doesn't matter if the highest version is Ultimate Rare, which is an old and hard to find card. 2, Pendulums are still a good deck. Yu-Gi-Oh! Player by the name of Jerry Mitchell is proving that by topping numerous events with Pendulum Magicians, giving a lot of a lot of hype to Yu-Gi-Oh players that are looking to buy into this. And you know what? You're going to get Jocko King cheap for now. You're going to get a lot of these Pendulum Magician cards relatively cheap currently right now. We might be seeing new Pendulum Spellcaster come out currently in the future. And looking at Ice Vortex Dragon, it's just a phenomenal card. That's why this price point is still so high. It's going to be hard to see this price point go low. If it does go low, it's going to take a while. On next, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend Ghost Rare. The reason I want to cover this is because I want to show you guys something really important. Came on Dimension of Chaos, so it's not that super old amongst other Ghost Rares. Market price has this roughly around $31. But when you look at it, it's actually $40. And after that one lightning plate's gone for a near mint, it's $42. By the way, near mint means no scratches on the Ghost Rare. Please, if you buy a near mint Ghost Rare card, and you get it in the mail, and it has scratches on it, you have a lightly played Ghost Rare card. I know a lot of you players go, well, V, the back looks good, the front for the most part looks clean, it has that one little scratch. Well, it's not near mint, is it? Someone sent me a picture on Discord of a card that looked like a cat went all over the place. That's not near mint. It looks horrible. You can't even have that. That's a PSA grade 6 if you're lucky. And I feel a lot of these cards are near mint. You just want to hit. I would message people if you can. I'm not sure if you can do it on TCG Player. Definitely do it on eBay and ask for a specific picture of the card, front and back. And then at that point, you decide whether it's a good card to buy or not. Anyway, looking at the other Ghost Rare, looking at this Ghost Rare though, it's going high in value. And I feel like Ghost Rares are going to start disappearing off the market like a ghost. The reason why is simple. Konami is not reprinting Ghost Rares. We're getting Ultimate Rares in, so that's why Ultimate Rares haven't spiked crazy high. We still have some prices that are spiking high, but Ghost Rares are going to start going away. Now, if you're looking to invest in something, if you come to me at a Yu-Gi-Oh event, or talk to me on my live streams, or hit me up on Facebook, or Discord, or Twitter, or Instagram, wherever you hit me up, and you go, hey V, what's the, what's something that you're looking at that nobody's looking at right now? If you have that question, the answer is simple. It's first edition Ghost Rare cards. That's it. Leave me the hell alone. Which ones? All of them. All of them. Right now, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend is going high in value, but look at Clearing Synchro Dragon. A card that's a $14 market price. Ghost Rare came out across Souls, not too far away from Dimension of Chaos. And it's unlimited are about $15. In fact, if you want a first edition, they got like plates starting at 16s. And for a first edition near mint, it's about $30. There's a bit of a difference, but that $16 light you played might equal $16 near mint on eBay or maybe even Toronto. And once again, I always emphasize messaging people. These Ghost Rares, first edition, unlimiteds are crap. Do not get unlimiteds. It's worthless. It aggravates me when people go, I have a Ghost Rare collection, and half of the cards are unlimited. You have half a Ghost Rare collection. Don't show me these unlimited cards. They're not worth it. Can they be worth it in the future? Absolutely. Right now, let's talk about first edition Ghost Rare cards. That's what you want to get involved in. And I'm telling you right now, these cards are going to go higher in value. It doesn't matter if they see play or not. It's collectability, and they are going crazy high in value. It's just something that's going to happen. I actually wanted to show you something. I actually forgot all about it. Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare is one of those cards that is a collectible card. Obviously, it's an iconic card. Came on Dual Gems. It's really old. Market price of this card roughly around $75. We can talk about unlimited light plates, and that's fine. It's about $66. Not too low. But as far as the first edition near mint version of this card, watch this. $66. First edition light played is $280. First edition near mint is almost $400. That is the difference between first edition and unlimited for Ghost Rares. Hey, you'll probably be happy having a $65 Ghost Rare card, and that's cool. But if you had a first edition version of this card, you'll be a little bit more happier. Moving forward, guys, looking at Reborn Tengu came out on Stream Victories Ultra Rare version. I finally today got my 3 in the mail, and I just want to prove to you guys because people think there's some kind of hashtag conspiracy. I just got 3 in the mail. I forgot how much I paid. I paid dirt cheap for these. 3 in the mail. Just got them in today. Can you guys see it? Okay. Reborn Tengu Ultra Rare from Extreme Victories. Market price is roughly around $4. Unlimited lightly played is $20. Unlimited near mint, $21. AP Yu-Gi-Oh! Newly launched has a bunch of them. I'm gonna guess you're a subscriber. Hi, how you doing? If you're not, no big deal. Enjoy your sales, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Now, listen, it's cool to see Reborn Tengu Ultra Rare go up higher in value, like I said I was going to do, and I felt like it's still gonna be a good card moving forward when Planet Links come out. This card might actually see play in Planet Links like it kind of saw play in the past. Being the fact that this card at 3, which is insane, it definitely might see play. But looking at other versions, if you're watching this video and you're like, V, I didn't get my Ultra Rare Reborn Tengus, what do I do? Well, they're super rares. Like, and this is one thing that confused me about whoever did the buyout for the Ultra Rares. Once again, I didn't agree on that buyout. I think it's a bad buyout because Reborn Tengu came out as a super rare in Extreme Victories. Market price has about $1.36. Well, it's wrong. It's 50 cents for first edition Reborn Tengus. First edition Reborn Tengu Super Rares for 50 cents. It's still good. Like, I don't understand what's the confusion for a lot of people who will be getting upset about an Ultra Rare Reborn Tengu when the Super Rares are 50 cents. Now, of course, you mostly guys might actually have Reborn Tengu. If you bought a Structure Deck Power Code Link, it's a 10-cent common. You know, Structure Deck that had Lily Debug came out that everyone's freaking out about. When Salamangreats were initially coming out, the card hit about $7 to $8. It's still roughly around $7.25 for Lady Debug. But yeah, no, you get Reborn Tengu Super Rares for 50 cents all day long. It's a lot of price listings, and yeah, pretty good. Next, Stardust Dragon. The giant is finally falling. Market price has this card roughly around $87. This card was always a $90 card. Looking at it right now, unlimited, it's about $75. First editions are $75. Stardust Dragon is finally getting that dual power. Well, not even dual power fear, because we don't know if it's getting reprinted in dual power, but we do know it's getting reprinted after Nationals. And I think Stardust Dragon's finally going down a little bit because everyone's like, screw it, I'm not going to hold a $90 card. And they want to get rid of it. Or people getting rid of the extra Stardust Dragons. And that's the reason why we're seeing this card hit about $75 on the price point. Up next, Infinite Impermanence came out in Flames Destruction. Market price being roughly around $88. This card was always over. It was like $95 forever. Correct me if I'm wrong, my friends. But roughly around $95. Looking at it right now, Unlimiteds are about $76. First edition still around $82. But that's way lower than its $95 price point. And that's because you, my friend, are going to get a reprinted Infinite Impermanence. It's not you guys out there watching the video. In dual power. And even if Infinite Impermanence was a short print in dual power, meaning let's say it'll be averaging about 3 per case, we're still getting another run at this amazing card that's seeing play in so many decks. For the most part. Infinite Impermanence is going to be a card that's definitely going to be coming off on the market. Hitting probably around $60. It'll probably go all the way down to about 40s. Still being a value card, but nevertheless, it's a card that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players will have access to, which is great. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players be having the ability to not pay obscure amount of money for Infinite Impermanence. We need to save this money, okay? That's Phantasme's money, okay? You don't own that money anymore, Infinite Impermanence, Boros Sword. You was our old pimp daddies. It's now Phantasme. That's who our new pimp daddy is. Next, guys, Fortune Futures. I covered Fortune Ladies the other day and showed you guys Fortune Futures and Future Visions, which I'll show you in a second. But Fortune's Future from Stardust Overdrive is going high in value. Of course it is. Why would it not be? Some new support for old archetype came out. Yu-Gi-Oh players got together and are like, well, we want to buy into this archetype. Even if it's not going up, the value will go up nevertheless. And that's what we're seeing here. Fortune Future is a $4 market price card, but looking in the market, Unlimited Let You Play is about $12. In fact, there's no first edition versions. It's about $12 for Fortune's Future. Once again, the old card came out on Stardust Overdrive. Check your dollar binders. Next, Future Visions came on Ancient Prophecy. $4 market price, and yeah, no, it's not. It's about $6 for Unlimited Let You Play for a first edition version of this card. Near mint is about $7 for Future Visions. And yeah, no, I don't know if Fortune Ladies are gonna be good, but that's crazy high in price point. And originally, when I look at Fortune Ladies, especially like these two cards, I think, well, KONAMI will obviously reprint them with their new Fortune Lady stuff coming out, right? I don't know anymore, and I'll show you why in a second. Next, guys, Ill Blood. Another card that was $6 to $7. I talked about it a long time ago. I said, guys, buy into it. Get your first edition playset. It's a beautiful looking card. There's other versions we'll show you in a second, but the market price is about $16 on this card. Unlimited versions are $20. First edition versions are $27 on a card that should be $6 to $8. Now, I'll agree with anyone who says this card's seeing no play. Yeah, you're 100% right. But for that, I'd say you're so wrong on the price point, being the fact that it's a secret rare coming out of Tactical Evolution, having a previous price history of being over $100, this is still a card that's relatively wanted. There's Legendary Collection 4 Ill Blood Commons, there's a Super Rare version, came out in Cross of the Chaos Special Edition. Great, 18 cents, fine. But the secret rare will always be the version that will be the one that will be the highest valued version. It's a collector's version, and for that reason, that's why people are buying in on this card. There could be some new zombie stuff I'm not unaware of. That also is a great possibility, and this card might see some potential play. But being the fact that it's an old secret rare will definitely be the merit of reason why the buyout would initially happen. Next, Denglong, first of the Yangzing. This card, man. So this card is currently banned. Mark Price has this card roughly around $3. This card was always around anywhere from $1 to $3. Anywhere you looked is where you would see this card's price point be about, but not anymore. You see, with the ban that's coming out maybe soon, looking at Denglong's price, first edition near mint, it's actually around $4, but it quickly goes to $5 for this version. In fact, after these two first editions are gone, the next first edition version of Denglong is at $5.40. Denglong's slowly going up in the market. And the weird thing is, it's an Ultra Rare for Invasion Vengeance. Could it be an Ultra Rare in Dual Power? You let me know. Up next, guys, another thing I want, I asked a question on my community tab the other day. And if you guys, once again, if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe because you get access to my community tab where I ask you guys questions, we have a conversation. And one of the questions was, what do you guys want in Dual Power that can be reprinted? Well, one of the most overwhelming things that someone said, that I was like, yes, is Bluish Return of White Dragon. Think about it. It came out in Dark Side Dimensions Movie Pack. Even though Movie Pack was released twice, that's still not enough of a release for Movie Pack for Yu-Gi-Oh! Players now that want to get in the game, that maybe want to play Blue Eyes. Konami's re-innovating Speed Duels, which is making Yu-Gi-Oh! Players want to play Blue Eyes decks, getting the, you know, as it's currently the best meta deck in Speed Duels. Hopefully that will change. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Players always have a passion for Blue Eyes and Dark Dragons and Spellcasters. That's like this game's bread and butter archetypes to begin with. Well, looking at Bluish Return of White Dragon, came on Dark Side Dimensions Movie Pack, its price point is $15. Now, it's lower than its $20 price point before the second release, but it's still relatively inexpensive as a card, for a deck that's not really doing much, but is iconic. And this deck definitely needs a reprint. Another Ultra Rare that came out in Movie Pack, yeah, there's the gold version, and yeah, it looks like crap, because it is. I'm not talking about that version. I'm talking about the good Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, this version, which desperately needs a reprint. Could this be a reprint in Dual Power? Another thing someone said, which once again I agree with 1000%, is Madolches. Madolches are extremely expensive, and with Dark Neostorm Dane, as everyone's calling it, bringing out the last Madolche card that we know of, Glass Fule, Madolches might actually see some meta play, believe it or not. Especially with the correct balance hit, this deck could be a meta deck. As weird as it is me saying it, is as factual true as you are hearing it. This is true. This deck can actually do a lot of crazy things. Currently, right now, Madolche's got a new monster. It's really good, but it's a shotgun kind of monster. With Glass Fule, it actually has a little more playability, and the deck actually might, once again, be a meta deck. Well, if you want to get a Madolche, you can't. You literally can't. Madolche Magic Line came out only in Return of Duelist, and it's $21. Down from its $25 market price, but still expensive. Madolche Puddingsta Chaka Ala Mode, $19 market price. The card's $25, and after these two are gone, it's $30. Madolche Angeli had 2 printings, and they're both $16 for 2 printings of Madolche Angeli. I can just look over all these Madolche cards. They're insanely expensive. And the thing is about all these cards, I feel a lot of you players still want to play Madolche, but you can't because look at the kind of money we're putting in. Once again, this is Phantasme money we're talking here. But what if Konami reprinted Madolches? What if Konami reprinted Madolches in preparation for Dark Neostorm when Glass Fule is released? That'd be really smart if they did that. And yeah, they should. In fact, if the Madolches aren't in Dual Power, they should at least be in the new OTS pack coming out middle of next month. That should absolutely be a thing. Next, guys, Hidden City. And we can say, well, all Subterrors. Sure, I guess, if you want another whack at them, they're relatively inexpensive besides Nemesis Archer, which is around $5, but realistically, Hidden City, a card that was out $28 a week and a half ago, and slowly crept up in value. Market price has this card roughly around $26, while Hidden City is actually $35. And if anyone wants to play Guru Control, a deck that for the most part is relatively inexpensive, you're going to want to get your Hidden Cities, and they're 35s, which is retarded. Once again, this is Phantasme's money, and in Subterror's case, this is part of Extravagance's money. Now, Hidden City would definitely be a card that I would wish would be reprinted in Dual Power, and hopefully it is, because I know a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players want to play Control, but they don't want to go into Control with only Ultra guys, which is kind of falling off the map, even though Dark Neostorm might provide some new cards for that deck. But right now, Hidden City Guru Control is probably the best Control deck in the meta right now, almost hands down. And for it to be this high in price point is not fair for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that weren't playing back in Dark Illusion. So hopefully we'll see this card come out and be available for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. Up next, Gate Blocker. I covered this the other day and I want to show you guys something real quickly. Market price $78. First season I played, it's about a little over $1. And then after that it starts hitting almost near $3 for Gate Blocker. It is right there, $3. You see it, $3 for Gate Blocker. Now, the market went crazy over this. The Discord were hitting me up, V, cover Gate Blocker, please. There it is. Now, even though I'd like a free and open market for everybody to look at and buy cards and everybody get in on cards for a cheap price, my overall goal was always to get people to get in on cards on a cheap price. That's my goal. My goal is to show you a $3 Gate Blocker and go, Sorry. If I can find somewhere cheaper, I will provide it for you. Well, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Micro Watch Tracer group, my amazing group on Yu-Gi-Oh! Micro Watch, went in and found it cheaper. If you would like to buy Gate Blocker, you can go to Troll Toad and buy it for $1. In fact, there's 50 cents for the unlimited versions. There's one available. And first edition versions, there are dolls on Troll Toad. How many they have, you ask? Well, let me show you. 92. There it is. Up next, Ultimate Rare cards. Now, OTS 9 is done. We're done with OTS 9. A lot of you players might not realize it. Some OTS stores might have some of it available, and that's fine. But for the most part, we are done and over with OTS Pack 9, okay? We are into OTS Pack 5. We had a little bit of a reverb until we get OTS Pack 10 coming out middle of next month. Okay, that's fine. Trisha Lightcurse is going to go down in value. Great for you, Trisha players. Skystriker Shizuka was going to, for the most part, start going down in value. No big deal, unless we get more Skystriker support. Can't happen, especially with the reprint of Engage. But like I said, I want you guys to focus on one card, Elemental Hero Stratos. Now, this card is currently $24, under its $27 market price. I'm just throwing it out there. Hero players are not like us Yu-Gi-Oh players. They're a different breed. You see, if you type in Elemental Hero, just that, and we look at the high prices, you get stuff like Bubble Man being almost $1,000 as a parallel rail. The misprint actually okay, but that's insanely expensive. And I don't have no filters on. This is what it is for hero players. You want your Air Neos? Oh, you know, $146. Chaos Neos, $109. Elemental Hero, Shining Flare, and Wingman, $500. After that one's gone, $1,200. What I'm trying to show you guys is hero players are crazy. They're absolutely batshit nuts. I mean, bro, like, look at these prices. Secret Rare Clayman, what is it? That's heavily played $14. What's for a playable Secret Rare Clayman? $21 for a Secret Rare Elemental Hero Clayman. I'm not even kidding you when I say hero players, they're not people like us. You don't have to treat them like people. Well, looking at Elemental Hero Stratos, I think this card is going to be hitting those crazy price points. I don't care if it's today it's going to happen, if it happens next week, if it happens next year, if it happens 5 years. In my opinion, Ultimate Rare Elemental Hero Stratos will hit over $100 easily. No question in my mind this is going to happen. In fact, being the fact that Elemental Hero Stratos is more of an iconic card, and arguably more of a card that might actually see play, I would not be surprised if this card hits way higher than all these other crazy high-priced cards. Wouldn't be surprised if it hits $400. I really wouldn't. Looking at Elemental Hero Stratos right now, I think it's a card that you guys might want to grab and hold and put to the side. Double sleeve it. Make sure it's near mint. Get it as near mint as possible. Double sleeve it and put it in a binder, and don't look at that binder for about a year or two. Or whenever we see Elemental Hero Stratos, Inevitable Rise. Alright guys, comment question of the day. Cool Penguin asks, #Q4V, if you could choose any archetype currently in the game to receive new or additional Link monsters, which would it be and why? This is a great question, and my mind races with a lot of decks. I love a lot of deck cores. If you guys know me personally, you know that I have tons of deck cores. I love talking about deck cores all day long. The potential possibility is like, look at this. It's like Gohan, guys. It's like Gohan. So I'm always excited about deck cores. Now, as far as the one I'm into right now, it's Bujins. I have no reason other than the fact that I want a Bujin storyline, which we kind of have, but not a full one. I want a Bujin storyline. Bujins have gorgeous max rarity. Their max rarity of Bujins are beautiful. And I want an Ultimate Rare Link monster. Did I mention that? And I think that Bujins definitely need a lot. Like, if we want to make Bujins meta, what would it take to make them meta? Oh, boy. Their Link monster better be like one Bujin monster, because the odds of getting 2 on the board are really hard to do in this current meta. That Link better say one Bujin monster, a Bujinki monster, or Bujin monster. Basically, Boo monster. One of those. And you know what? Since we're already technically talking about Dragon Ball Z and Bujins, can we just make the card Majin Buu? Because Majin Bujin will sound amazing, Konami. I don't know if the cards will be good or not, but I would buy the crap out of Majin Bujin. Let me know if you guys would. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the like button. Like my good buddy here, Cool Penguin. #QV if you have any questions. And make sure to subscribe. And you paisanos, have a great day.